Hello and welcome to DH9 Radio. You're listening to David, Owen and Andre, and this is...
Come on, Dave, you can do better than that, man.
DH9 Radio presents.
Whoa, hang on a second. DH9 Radio presents.
I think you've got it both wrong. We're going for a classy vibe.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to DH9 Radio. We are live on the DH9 Radio website if you want to come and join us. We are Tech Yourself Before You Wreck Yourself with DOA Productions. I'm your host, Owen Young. Sorry for the abrupt introduction. I accidentally knocked it off. I know it's my first time on the mixing desk, so I feel a bit under pressure.
We'll hit them later.
Yeah. Anyway, have you heard this host?
I know.
I know.
Are you going to introduce us too?
Yeah, I was going to introduce you before you say you were going to hit me across the face. I'm with me lovely two other hosts, Andre and Davey. Do you want to say hi?
Hi and welcome. Welcome to the show, I guess.
Yeah, hello.
Yeah. So
at least worse things have happened. I've never really used a MacBook before, so I literally clicked I thought it was going to keep on playing if I just clicked off onto the screen. But
yeah, he's a PC guy, just like me, really. But he's just never used it.
In the hot seat, and I can see him getting hot and sweaty already.
Right,
Owen, why don't you kick us off for the show tonight?
I will do. First, we're going to discuss about films that are coming in the next week.
So that's what you want to discuss today. Davey, give us a little bit. Tell us what you want to talk about. I'll tell you what I want to talk about, and then Owen will kick us off.
Well, this week I'm actually going to talk about making up your own technological, awesome bedroom, I guess you could put it. So,
I like the
for
sound
an
of
affordable
it.
price.
So I'm going to be talking a little bit about saving money while you game, which I think is quite important. Everybody wants to save some money. You want to play a lot of games? Well, I'm going to be talking about the Xbox Game Pass and the new version, which is the Xbox Game Pass Ultimate. Not get too much into that, but it's a money-saving trick.
Oh.
Shall we start off with films, boys, like we did last week?
Yeah, let's do it.
So let's go with films this week coming out from June the 23rd to the 29th. So on June the 28th, we have Annabelle Comes Home, which is about the fifth in the series of Conjuring, of that horror series. Yeah.
Making another one?
Yeah, Gary.
How many of these things did he need?
I honestly don't know.
Well, apparently 5.
This is the Annabelle Comes Home. That's like the sequel to Annabelle, directed by Gary Doberman and starring Patrick Wilson, Verma Farmiga, and McKenna Grace. Other big releases we got coming are Apollo 11. There's a lot released on June 28th. There's not many that spot the mind, but there's another one called Yesterday, directed by Danny Boyle. So look out for those going at the theatres during this week. Yeah,
I was quite excited for Apollo 11, to be honest. It looks. Well, I saw the trailer. It actually looks pretty fun. Well,
yeah,
I guess in the sense,
It looks very like space oriented.
Yeah,
I haven't seen the trailer. I haven't seen the trailer. I'm lying to you. So
I'm just going to be so blunt with you. I didn't see the trailer.
Yeah.
But it would be a bit weird if the Apollo 11 film wouldn't be about Apollo 11.
That's true.
It's just about golf.
Yeah.
Is that kind of what it's about? Because obviously you've seen the trailer.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Owen, what else is coming out?
So that's about it. As far as film releases, the ones that kind of spark my mind, we got Robert the Bruce released on June the 20th. I've heard nothing about that, and also Article 15. But in film news, otherwise, we've got. What came out this week was Tom Hardy's returning as Venom, as everyone would love him to. It says that Amy Pascal, the director, said Tom Hardy is returning as Venom as no one else can, and people are hoping for a Tom Hardy times Tom Holland crossover. So Spider-Man and Venom. What are your thoughts?
Now that would be cool. However, the Venom film didn't really do much for me. I thought it was a bit naff, mainly because it was like a 12 rating for a Venom movie. It was all advertised to be all like this brutal film where it wasn't going to hold back, but the entire film just felt a bit like.
That's the thing with these mainstream movies when it comes from you've got the Spider-Mans and all that type of stuff. You can't really have too much violence because these things appeal to kids.
Yeah, we like violence.
Yeah. So, but you can't really do that because they're obviously trying to have as many people in the audience as they possibly can, and by even just putting that up like 3 years to a 15, that really gets rid of a lot of people.
Yeah.
And
I mean, talking about like critic versus, public. This was one of those ones that got absolutely blasted by the critics, then with the customer reviews were like 92%. Like it was quite high considering, with the contrast of both ratings. So what are your opinions on like critic reviews these days? Because they seem to be going from like, well trusted to like, oh, no one actually cares. Well, it's the same with games, isn't it? Like
a critic is just a person like you, me, Davey. They've got their opinions, they've got the preferences, and if a film doesn't deliver what they would prefer, they're probably going to mark it down. Now, I don't know exactly how they do this. I don't know if there's a criteria that they mark against, but if that is the case, then just because someone's marking against a criteria doesn't necessarily mean that that makes a good film, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
But also, if it's an opinion of them, how does that, that's just an opinion.
Yeah, I mean, if they're marking against criteria, that's their criteria.
Yeah,
everyone has a different criteria for something. And I don't want to say it, but I'm going to say it anyway. I feel like they're kind of just being edgy for edgy's sake and just saying that, something has to have some sort of depth when why does it need to?
Yeah,
when
and
it's be just fun.
As a film critic, you're probably looking for things to pick out.
Yeah.
It's your job you're a critic, you want to criticize it in any way you can. Obviously, if it's good, you're going to say it's good, but they do pick out little, small, tiny things that most people really wouldn't notice or even care about.
What people want to know is if it's fun or if it's entertaining.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, we did study this in obviously our FDA program, and the one thing I found out was like the way I see it, it's more like imagine if you're a film critic, right, and you're getting forced to see, let's say, a couple of like, let's say 12 movies a week. And you're not choosing to go and see them. That's the issue. It's more like you're getting forced to do this, and whether you like the movie or not, you're still going to go and see it. And I think that's why sometimes they get bad reviews, because they're literally going there and they're not even getting, like, it's not even a movie they're choosing to go and see. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
At the end of the day, really, I don't think the actual big production companies are going to care too much about the critic reviews. They are to a sense, because it might affect people going to see it. But then when they've got the actual consumer, the people they're really targeting at, saying, oh, I really like this, that's where they're wanting their positive reviews to come from. Obviously, I'm not saying they don't care about critics' reviews, because I'm sure they do. But it's just, I feel like, they've got more of they want the audience to enjoy it more than the critics.
I guess the results are in the box office. I mean, if the critics all hate it, but it's made a ton of money, who cares?
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, if I've funded a film and I want my money back, I want a return, I'm not going to care if someone hates it, as long as as long as the money gets back to me.
Yeah, exactly. This isn't really, I wasn't planning on talking about this, but just on the topic of films, I forget what it's called, okay, and this is really bad because I'm going to describe it to everyone, and it sounds good, but there's a film coming out, and it's basically about this guy he's a singer, songwriter, whatever. He's struggling a bit, and then
right, I think I know exactly which one you're on about.
Yes, it is the one where he wakes up, he's had an accident, nobody's ever heard the Beatles.
Yeah.
So what he does is he makes out that all these songs are his, and obviously the Beatles songs, everyone's like, wow. Can you remember the name of that?
No, I know exactly which one.
Yeah.
It's got Ed Sheeran in there.
Yes,
I haven't seen it, but
it looks like it's going to be a kind of big British box office.
It's something yesterday.
If anybody knows, then they can
chuck that in the chat for us, please, because that's going to kill me.
We're forgetting. So moving on from that.
Yeah, let's talk about some games. You talk about some games.
Yes,
because
right,
honestly, I'm kind of curious because you were mentioning stuff before the show.
Right, so basically what I want to start off by doing is I think every week I'm going to do a little segment called Random Game of the Week. And what this is going to involve is I'm going to pick a random game of the week. Okay, so every week I'll play a different game.
Nice.
This week I've been playing a game called Super Hot. Now, Super Hot, it's basically a game where if you move, so does time, but if you stop, time stops.
Yeah.
So you're running through, you're getting shot at from every direction, but if you stop, the bullets slow down. So you can see everything, but obviously you can't sprint out of the way, because if you do that, the bullets will come back to real time. Now, this game, it's really good, and it is on the Game Pass, and I really recommend that everybody gets that, okay? Now, if anyone does play Xbox, or PC actually, then you can get the Game Pass for $3.99 per month, which you get hundreds of games for that.
You get download, yeah.
Yeah. And as well as that, there is also a new thing called the Game Pass Ultimate. Now, what this does is it mixes the Xbox Gold and the Game Pass together, and that is for $10.99. Okay, Gold is $6.99 per month, and the Game Pass is $7.99 per month. So you're making a little bit of a saving there by paying $10.99. You're getting both, right?
Yeah, I guess if you want both, it wouldn't.
I mean,
just
I've
get that,
always had the issue of being like, oh, I'm gonna have to cancel it this month because I'm a bit low on funds.
Well, that's kind of what I like about the Game Pass, because I mean, when we've been playing games like Sea of Thieves, it's not a game that we play like religiously or anything like that. We just like to hop on it every now and then.
Yeah,
and we don't need to buy the game.
Exactly, that's the thing. Kind of what you might say is a downfall about the Game Pass is that sometimes the games do come off. But when you've got the Game Pass, you can play them as much as you like. You know, it's not a trial; it's you own that game for as long as that's on the Game Pass. And as well as that, the Game Pass, you get some great games, as you've just said, Davey. Sea of Thieves. Now, we should talk about that for just a minute because I wasn't planning on talking about that, but basically, you're a pirate.
I mean, you're
you are literally you're a pirate. You've got your ship. You can choose from a small ship, a medium ship, a large ship, and you can rally up with your crew members, can't you? And then you've got kind of tasks such as going treasure hunting, fighting other ships. Now that is by far the best thing.
That is so fun. By the way, just before we continue, the movie was called Yesterday, according to the chat. Right. Thank you very much.
You did mention that.
Owen mentioned that word, yes.
Yeah, same live.
Anyway, let's. So as Andrew was saying,
that's a game that us three actually play together quite. It used to be more frequently, but we've had some good times on that game.
They recently updated, and I think we actually need to jump on it again soon.
I think we do. I think we should. We're all a bit lost on that.
I'm
game
always
now.
shoved in
we always put them in the brig, on the ship, and throw water
and start throwing up on me.
But other games that are on the Game Pass this month. I say this month, I'm not sure if they change every month. I think just every now and then. It's a bit like Netflix, again, get removed, put on. So you got Metro Exodus. I've never played Metro Exodus, but I know it is quite a popular game. And you get a lot of the Lego games, such as Batman.
You do.
Which is always, obviously,
you get the classic.
Especially if you've got, like, I don't know, if you've got kids.
You get the Lego Star Wars saga.
So you don't have to you don't have to keep buying them loads of games. Each worth what, like £30 to £60 depending on
even if it's cheap, it's probably going to be like £20. But if you're buying 2 games that you can download in the Game Pass for a fraction of that price, really.
Before we go on to David's segment, I just want to mention that this week, when I actually got the time, because I've had quite a busy week, I managed to jump onto Crash Bandicoot Racing. Nitro Fuel.
Oh yeah,
that
my,
came out.
My girlfriend's just gotten that, and she says we're gonna have to race on the weekend. I'm kind of scared though because she's been practicing on Mario Kart. Is it much different?
Oh,
it's harder.
It's definitely different.
It's a lot harder.
So I jumped on, and
lovely.
I was like,
I'm terrible at it already.
I jumped on at midnight because I got downloaded it from my Xbox, and I was like, you know what, right? So I completely dismissed it was a Crash game. I was like, right, I'm good at kart racing. What I'll do, I'll put it on hard mode. So it took me. What was it? It took me about an hour and a half on the same track because I kept on trying. I managed to get up with 4th place, but that was my highest finish. Like, it was incredible.
That's a running occurrence on that game, I think, so far, because me and my girlfriend also played this game, and there was just levels you can't do. So you'll race the whole thing, you can be first for the whole thing, but then at the last minute somebody's going to come and overtake you. And that is a constant thing with that game.
It's like the green shells or the blue shells on a...
Yeah, overall it does have a very nice feel to it. It is a nice game to play.
So JLB's came out and said...
B-Tech Mario Kart.
Apparently it's a B-Tech Mario Kart.
Those are some strong words, guys.
DJ Craze says Fortnite. Oh dear.
Fortnite, Are we talking about Fortnite?
I don't think so, and we're probably not going to.
No, we're not. I'm going to be honest.
He also said that about Xbox, he put boo, so I'm guessing he's not really much of an Xbox fan.
Yeah, but the thing is, you don't need to have the Xbox Game Pass on an Xbox if you're a PC player as well. I mean, you're probably PS4 player, I'm assuming. But if you are a PC player, you can get the Xbox Game Pass for that and still play the games.
There's obviously some bonuses with that. If you're on PC, you'll get probably a couple of extra games that you might not on Xbox and vice versa.
Yeah.
So I know there's been a couple of games I've played and yous have been like, we can't get that. And there's been once or twice where yous have got a game and I said, I can't get that.
By the way, the Master Chief Collection is now available for both PC and Xbox.
Right now?
Owen's just jumped in actual excitement.
I'm actually like, I'm having a heart attack. Sorry.
I think it's coming out very soon, but it's like it was announced at E3, I think.
What's the most important feature as well?
But the thing is,
please tell me the most important feature you must know. Come on.
I mean, my most
What's
important
coming?
feature is that it's on PC. To be honest,
My main important feature is that it's free.
Yeah.
on the
I mean,
Game
have you not
Pass.
heard that Halo Reach is coming out as well for it?
Okay, I did not know that.
Yeah.
Oh, Reach is my favourite. The ending though.
Well, I'm gonna have to play this. Let's not go into
But
the
the
ending
thing is,
because I've never played
I think
Halo.
it's cross-platform between the two.
Oh, it is.
So
hello.
I'm saying, right here, right now, live, I propose an Master Chief Collection date.
With the boys.
Yeah.
So
Alright,
cute.
okay.
That's
Yeah.
so cute.
So we'll get back to
I mean,
us
we
on
did
that one,
we
tell
did
if
mention
do
that we're
that.
not allowed to invite each other on dates on the radio, but
It's happened.
That one's
Yeah, well,
exclusive.
yeah, that's
Exclusive.
happened. No, but I've never played it, so it'd be nice for me to kind of get on. And plus, I'm going to be clueless, so you two can talk me through it.
think about
Fair enough. We'll get you through.
talking about the future, Davey. Do you want to tell us about a future
The
bedroom we should
future.
have?
Oh,
So basically, guys, I've been in London for the past week, and I'm not going to talk about London because
nobody
I
wants
don't.
to hear about
I
this.
don't care. Right. But what I am going to talk about is the bedroom I was in. So basically, when I was in London, I went to one of those Premier Hub-ins. So
You alright, Davey?
Yeah, Davey, you seem to be stuttering
the
a lot.
Premier. Sorry, I forgot the. It is the Hub-in, isn't it? Right. Yeah. The
Well, I don't
Premier
know.
Inn hubs.
I mean, I
That's
wasn't
it.
there.
That's it. I was in one of the Premier Inn hubs. Okay, and I was kind of like. I'm not gonna lie. I was kind of a bit of a child when I went into the room because I found that you could control every aspect of the room from your bed.
Yes.
So you could control the lights, you could control the aircon, you could control everything from the bed, and I thought it was amazing.
I mean, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, the TV was just above your bed. Basically, everything you needed for life was on the bed. So I
Sounds
was
like a
thinking.
hospital bed.
So does that not...
I mean, let's not think about hospital beds. Let's think about the future. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Andre, you got the wrong mindset here.
Yeah, I got them. That's just giving me the wrong vibes. You described that
So,
the complete wrong way.
By the way, before we continue, do you like Red Dead Redemption 2? I think it's probably one of the greatest games of all time.
We'll probably not talk about that because I don't think we'll have a.
No,
that's
I
all
think
the
it'll be
show
the end
will
of the show before we finish
yeah.
for that game.
So
Yeah.
anyway, continuing on with the technological bedroom.
Yeah.
Basically, I thought, let me compile a list of things that you can put in your bedroom to achieve almost the same thing as this bedroom I had in London.
Go on then.
So, I thought I'd start off
I'm really curious as to where this is going.
by making the bedroom basically give it Jarvis, okay?
Okay.
So I thought, well, what could I get for that? Which would be cheaper than its competitors. And what I found was Google Home. So Google Home can recognize song lyrics. So if you've heard a song but you don't know what it's called, you can sing the lyrics to Google Home and it will tell you what the song is. It can also play music for you. It can set up personalized wake up alarms. So you can actually set it so it'd say exactly the thing that you want it to do.
Google Home is great. I'm just going to put that out there.
Do you have it?
No, I don't have it, but whenever me and my girlfriend go to stay at her dad's, they've got it. And let me tell you, the best thing about that is you
Yeah.
don't have to get up to turn the lights on, and you can change light colours as well.
Oh, no way.
So you just say, and if anybody's playing this out loud, I apologise, but if you just say, okay, Google, turn off the lights, or turn off living room lights, then...
We apologise for anyone's house who's dark now.
Oops. But yeah, it just does it, and it's really good, and you can set the lighting to, you can have 100% light, you can have 50, 25, and
That's
you can
mad,
set...
that. I've never
So
seen.
basically, that was where I was going to go with it. Now, what I also found in conjunction with this, which Andre has already mentioned, is a wireless lighting control setup with called from Smartware. Basically, what this is a thing that you attach your light bulb to, and it can and you can use it to connect it to anything. So you can wirelessly control your lighting and dim it depending on how you want it.
Wait, so is that like Google Home where you talk to it? Or...
You can connect it up if you want.
Right, okay,
Oh,
okay.
wow.
Because I know with Google Home you have to buy certain bulbs, I'm sure.
That's what I found.
Yeah, okay,
So,
okay.
So this is actually £27 per bulb. I know quite a bit, but we're talking about, the home of the future, guys. Come on.
That's actually, I think that's pretty cheap.
Yeah.
For those smart bulbs,
Yeah.
mean,
This
considering-
is just your bedroom, just one light,
Yeah.
Considering Apple are charging £89 for a stylus.
Yeah. So we could also, we'll get onto that stuff later. we can.
We're gonna have Apple sue us one day.
Now you're
SWAT teams coming through the
yeah,
window.
that's great. Yeah, that's great. I've got a nice lighting setup and I've got my own personalised Jarvis.
I mean, I'm
But
quite imagining
I'm
it right
sweating. Well, I found something to help you with that. The Dyson Pure Hot and Cold Link. Now, this one is a little bit more pricey than the other two, $499.99. But
Oh, Jesus.
it has an app which is connected to it, which allows you to control the temperature and humidity of the room that it is in from anywhere in the world.
All right, okay, that is delightful. All right,
So you
but
can-
why on earth, if I'm in
Anywhere
if
in the
I'm in
world.
Tenerife or if I'm in Port, I've travelled on holiday.
Yeah.
Why do I need to change the temperature?
I
I'm not
will
cold
tell
in
you.
my- in
I
my
will
house.
tell you. So,
Please do.
Salads
say
is
you're on holiday. You
£499
can't take your cat on
products.
holiday, can you? But your cat still gets hot.
Why am I leaving my cat by itself?
Well, I don't know.
I'd leave it with somebody.
Can I FaceTime my cat as well? Because how am I
Although-
supposed
right.
to know the cat's hot?
I do get this actually, right? I'm just being picky here. All right, I'm just actually being picky here.
Okay.
I do
Here's
get
the one. Here's the one.
I get the.
You're at work. Mm-hmm. Okay. And you're like, oh god, it's a really hot day outside. If only I could control the temperature of my room so that it's nice and cool for when I get home.
No, that's what I was gonna say. Like, I was being picky, but I do get that if you want to go home, you want your. I think it'd work better for if it's a cold day, you don't want to come home to a cold night, a cold house, really, do you?
Yeah.
So, but no, it does make sense. I'm
Yeah,
just
yeah.
being
What
picky.
if I went to Antarctica? Can I turn it off there?
I mean, if you totally want to.
Do they have internet up there?
I don't.
I mean, that's the thing. You'll need an internet connection if you're going to do
Maybe
this.
if I
It's
hold-
not that space age.
Right.
And I worked out the cost altogether for all of this, which
Okay.
is a total of $655.99 for
Oh, bloody hell.
you to turn your bedroom into the bedroom of the future. So, speaking to you two, would you do it?
Me.
No. You know what, right? Maybe, I don't know. I'm in two minds.
So
because,
I've,
yeah, it's cool. And yeah, it's a nice idea. But the fact that I have to pay £600 to turn off a light, that just essentially to make the room a bit hotter and to turn off a light, I'm paying £600.
Oh, Andre, if you don't want to go for the cash grab, you can also go and buy on Amazon. There is a light bulb for £12 that does the exact same feature. You get a remote and you change the colour yourself.
Well, I've got one of them in my house, but it's just a cheap thing. You
Yeah,
just
this
plug it in
this thing you can set up an entire lighting system.
for £600.
I don't think you're selling us that. You know, I can also get
Guys,
for
you
£600.
can't put a price on the future.
You know how much I can also get for £600?
What?
600 bags of Haribos.
I think
Have you did the math on that,
Oh, I
actually?
did actually, because it's £1 per bag at the local Nisa.
All right, fair enough.
No, I do get it. It is a good idea, and I can understand why people would, but I think it's
Right, I feel like we've learned something valuable today. Instead of spending $655.99 on a room of the future, you need to buy 655 bags of Haribos.
I would.
It's what we've learned today.
I mean, I wouldn't all
Well,
eat them all at the
that's,
same time because you'd probably get a really bad acid reflux.
I mean, if you're willing to eat them all at the same time, I'm totally willing to film it.
yeah. So,
Maybe.
Davey, have you got anything else in the tech world?
I do, actually, if you'd like to hear. So,
What if we turned around and said we didn't like the hate? What are you going to do then?
I'll
go
tell
on,
you
Davey.
anyway.
Go on, Davey. I'm being mean.
I'm only being polite.
Yeah, I know you are.
That's why I'm still here.
He's an
So,
innocent
I've got-
bystander.
So, actually, I think we were going to talk about this last week, but we didn't have the time, so we just thought we'd leave it.
Okay.
But it's quite fun. And talking about things of the future, this is basically the phone of the future, in my opinion. The Samsung Fold.
Ooh,
So,
I've
guys,
seen a bit about that.
Yeah, we've seen a bit.
Don't make me hot and sweaty.
Well, $655.99. I can get you nice and cool. But
Fair enough. That was a good one, Davey.
now this is 7.3-inch dynamic display. It has two screens, which you
big
can
screen.
fold. Which you can fold out into one screen, or fold back into two screens on either side. It's amazing, basically.
Wait, so
It's-
so this is like essentially you've got two phones put together and you can fold them into each other to get your regular size
get
phone.
one phone, yeah.
And if you flip them out, they become a tablet.
Yes.
Right, okay. And Is that 7.9? I take it when it's like fully out.
Yeah.
Oh right, okay. I was gonna
Yeah,
say.
I mean, I'd be worried if it was when it was actually back. You know.
Well, yeah. Actually, I didn't realise how big that was. To be fair,
Yeah.
but
I mean, one thing you might have to address is maybe people in the chat. I don't know if you've seen it, but with the Fold, they're not talking about this in the chat, by the way. I'm just asking if they have seen it.
Okay.
But with the Samsung Fold, there was a bit of issues with the prototypes where you could literally like peel off the screen.
Now, they have actually been doing some testing on durability. Now, since the earlier, models and earlier designs and earlier testing and everything like that. And they've managed, without breaking or without actually, doing any, making it look any worse, to fold it 200,000 times. Now, I don't know whose job that was.
Yeah, but who? How? I can't say anything about that because I actually don't know how much you'd fold your phone. I suppose if you just go to pick up your phone, and you're not having to fold it out every single time.
No, you'd be only doing it probably on night, wouldn't you?
Yeah. So I feel it's probably quite durable. But the real question I think people want to know is why? Why would I want this phone?
Well,
besides the fact it folds,
it's got 12 gigabytes of RAM, which means that everything's going to load up pretty fast.
By the way, there was a few listeners, sorry Davey,
that's all right,
from last week who were saying that maybe they didn't know what you're on about when you're going about these technical terms of RAM.
Yeah.
And
so basically,
explain.
RAM, for anyone who doesn't know, is it is the thing that you use in your computer to transfer data from somewhere, from your hard drive to the actual processor for it to actually work. So that's what the RAM is used for.
So in layman's terms, the more RAM, faster it's going to be.
More RAM, the faster something loads.
Right, perfect.
Yeah. So it also got 512 gigabytes of storage. Considering my phone has 64 gigabytes, that's massive.
Well, that's like the same as like some PCs these days, like
exactly. And I do believe it is an SSD, but I guess it doesn't really work the same. Solid state drive.
Right.
So, for example, the hard drive we got plugged in now is powered by a wire. So that's an external hard drive. So a hard drive that's on the outside the computer.
Are we just doing like technical terms today? Is this a thing?
No,
but we need to make sure everybody knows what we're talking about.
Let's go for it.
An SSD.
Let's. I think next week I'm going to teach them how to make a computer.
An SSD is built into the computer. So it means that when stuff is put on that solid state drive, it's going to ultimately make the
basically
computer.
Yeah. Basically, a solid state drive doesn't use any moving parts, but a HDD, which is it's an older version, uses two small disks that turn on top of each other. And obviously, if there's actual physical movement there, it's going to take longer, and it's also more prone to break. So that's actually why a solid state drive is more.
So if we wrap this up, okay, we'll wrap this bit up.
Yeah. Okay, yeah.
It's faster.
It is faster.
Yeah.
It can fold.
It's
got quite a big screen. How much are we paying for this?
Well, before I talk about paying, because I really want to make sure that you understand, it has 6 cameras.
Why? Why?
6 cameras.
So
why?
Basically, it has an ultra wide.
Yeah.
It has a wide angle lens, so it actually has an ultra wide and a wide angle one, and a telephoto camera, and and selfie cams with different different selfie cameras of the same thing.
So essentially, you've just got it's mimicking if you have a camera with different lenses.
Yeah.
Oh no, that makes sense.
It's pretty cool, to be honest.
So Davey, I feel like you're really avoiding the question that I keep asking.
It's also got wireless charging.
Yes,
it works with Samsung Watch.
How much am I going to have to pay for this?
We're going to have to start playing good cop, bad cop here. What is the price?
1,800.
1,800.
You know what? To be honest, that's not even that bad considering Apple charged 1,000 for the smartphone, the latest iPhone X. Not the latest. That wasn't even the latest.
And that couldn't even fold.
Yeah, exactly. So, moving on from that,
are we?
What we're going to do every week is we're going to play a new artist, somebody who sings, something like that. Okay, it might be a band, it might be somebody who sent us a recording. Okay, and we're willing to take these recordings. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, why not?
So. This week I have got somebody who it's actually a family member of mine. It's my auntie, and she does a bit of singing. She used to do a lot of singing when she was younger, and then she kind of stopped for a while. She got throat infection, that all knocked it off a bit. But she's back into it now. So she put a recording out the other day, and I thought, you know what, that's actually good. I'm going to put that on.
Yeah.
And you know, it kind of goes with what we're doing
Yeah.
as well.
And we're going to play that in just a second because the chat's actually just talked about Apple and they've just said they charged $1,000 for a stand. Now, if you didn't know about that, we actually talked about that last week. And if you want to listen to it, just head over to DOA Productions YouTube channel and you can have a look, can't
Sorry,
you?
boys, I'm just sweating because
Yeah.
I'm trying to solve
You're going
this.
to take off
Mark.
that jacket on.
No, I'm good. I want that air filtration system you're on about.
Now, we're going to go ahead and listen to that song,
Yeah,
aren't
yeah.
we?
By the way, if anybody wants to, she's put a few more songs on. It's Marissa Anderson on YouTube. I'm assuming she doesn't mind me saying that. Yeah,
I'm sure she does.
Yeah.
And she probably wants the plug, let's be honest.
Yeah.
She does some nice
So
music,
yeah,
though,
go ahead and have a listen. So this one is the first one she put out for a while, and it is Lewis Capaldi and Somebody You Loved.
So let's take it away.
Have you got it?
I'm going to get it.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get this. All right, here we go.
Ooh.
This time I feel there's no one to save me. Going under, and this time I feel there's no one to save. This all or nothing really got a way of driving me crazy. This all or nothing really got a way of driving me crazy. Somebody to know, somebody to have, somebody to hold. It's easy to say, but it's never the same. I guess I kinda like the way you numbed all the pain. Now the day bleeds into nightfall, and you're not here to get me through it all. I let my guard down, and then you pulled the rug. I was getting kinda used to being someone you loved. I'm going under, and this time I fear there's no one to turn to. This all or nothing way of loving's got me sleeping without you. Now I need somebody to know, somebody to heal, somebody to have, just to know how it feels. It's easy to say, but it's never the same. I guess I kinda like the way you help me escape. Now the day bleeds into nightfall, and you're not here to get me through it all. I let my guard down, and then you pulled the rug. I was getting kinda used to being someone you loved. And I tend to close my eyes when it hurts. Sometimes I fall into your arms. I'll be safe in your sun till I come back around. But now the day bleeds into nightfall, and you're not here to get me through it all. I let my guard down, and then you pulled the rug. I was getting kinda used to being someone you love. Now the day bleeds into nightfall, and you're not here to get me through it all. I let my guard down, and then you pulled the rug. I was getting kinda used to being someone you love. Let my guard down, and then you pulled the rug. I was getting kinda used to being someone you love.
All right, so that was Marissa Anderson. That was her cover of Lewis Capaldi with "Someone You Loved." So I think that's gonna be a frequent thing. We're gonna do that quite often.
Well, I'd hope so. I mean, as long as people send in things, or if we, if someone contacts us and sends us
Yeah,
something.
like local bands, all that type of stuff. Obviously, we started that last week and we played the Midnight Drive, who we'll be playing again today. Also, apologies if anyone heard any kind of doubling over. It sounded like the song was playing over each other. That was just a little error on our behalf. We're new to this. We're getting used to it. Little whoopsie. But, we'll iron all this out eventually.
Yeah.
Now, so, I want to talk about another game.
Go for it.
Go for it.
So
mate.
this game is quite a popular game, all right? And it was mainly more popular over the kind of end, 2010, that area. And it is Microsoft Simulator.
Oh,
Flight
okay,
Simulator,
okay.
I should say.
I'm quite excited for
All
this,
right.
actually.
So, unfortunately, we don't know much about Flight Simulator so far. But a couple of little things. We'll go over Flight Simulator, what it is. It is essentially a very realistic, flight simulator.
You can say that again, yeah.
So essentially, you've got to do everything you would do in a real flight. So you've got to do all your checks. You've got to turn all the buttons on, all that type of stuff. So, and that's been a really popular game. I remember I used to play that with my granddad when I was... Well, I say I play it, I used to watch him play it, but it's really realistic. You know, you can fly over, you can fly for a 10-hour trip, if that's how long it would be. Now, this new one, it looks absolutely stunning.
Spiffing.
Okay.
If
I believe it
I
supports
had a look at it.
8K.
Really enjoyed it.
didn't see it.
Yeah, I believe it supports 8K. All right. And also, Davey, I think you're going to enjoy this bit. It supports mods. So, which obviously means, you know, if you want to... There's just going to be generic planes, really, that you can fly. There'll be maybe a Boeing 747, whatever. But now, if you want, you can... You know, you can put all your British Airways logos on all that. At least I assume that's what that means. They will be able to do that, because I know you can do that.
Yeah.
But, I mean, there might be other stuff. So that's just what we know so far.
Well, for Flight Simulator X, which is the one I played, the modding community on that was massive. Actually, in fact, the sort of mods that were made for it made it look like what the new one looks like now.
Yeah.
And not just that, they made it even more complicated, because obviously we want that.
Yeah, well, I think it's kind of that immersion as well.
Yeah.
Now, Microsoft Flight Simulator, like I say, we don't know too much about it, but it will be released in 2020, which isn't really that far away,
I think I'm getting it.
on Xbox and PC. And back to the old Game Pass,
Oh,
it will be free on Game Pass.
Oh, that's amazing.
so I'm getting the Game Pass.
And the reason for that is it's a Microsoft game. So they've done that with Forza, with the Forza game.
Yeah.
You can get that for free. They did that with Sea of Thieves. That was another Microsoft game. They released that for free. And I'm sure this game, it'll be about £40 to £50 if you were to buy this.
Yeah.
So as long as you don't...
I mean, I saw a gameplay demo. It looked brilliant.
Yeah, they use some super complicated technology.
It's
to
a
kind of
photorealism.
that type of thing.
Photorealism, yeah.
But it supports 8K as well.
It also looked like it had ray tracing, I'm not sure, but...
It looked fantastic. And Microsoft have said they want this to be a real simulation. Now, I don't know exactly what that means, but what they mean by that, because as far as I'm concerned, the other flight simulators were a pretty good, simulation.
I mean,
so how
if it gets any realer, if we crash, do we just die?
Well, maybe. So like I said, it's going to be
Hopefully
released
not.
on Xbox, and I think, to be honest, this has been long overdue.
No, it has. It's been ages since the last one.
For not just for PC though, for Xbox, I think this is going to introduce a whole nother set of people to this game.
Yeah.
Because if it was on PC, I'd not really bother with it. But now it's on Xbox, I'm thinking I definitely want to try it.
Yeah.
It might be cross-platform. Most of these
So with Flight
Microsoft
Simulator,
games are.
Yeah, which is good, because Xbox has been, and Microsoft in general, have been pushing for cross-platform capabilities and things like that. But Sony have been a little bit...
Yeah, Sony.
they don't
with
like
it.
to what's the word? Yeah, interact with competition.
Yeah. So that is a game that I cannot wait to play. Also, we're talking about gold and things before and Game Pass as well. Okay, so a game that I have been playing this week. Okay, is, have any of you heard of NHL 19?
I have, yes.
So basically what that is, it's ice hockey.
Yeah.
Alright, so I recommend this game. It's free on Gold until the 30th of this month, alright? And it's made by EA, same people who make FIFA. So this is just a quick one, but if you do want to play the hockey game, NHL 19, which is basically the hockey version of FIFA, it's free. And if you've played FIFA before, now I know not everyone, I know Davey, you're not too keen on sports games.
It's mainly because I can't do it in real life.
Yeah. But if you've played FIFA before, it's got a very familiar feel about it in terms of how everything moves and all that. Only thing you might find a bit difficult is some of the buttons. If you played FIFA or something for a long time, you're going to find it complicated to get into.
Yeah, it's I played it. It was a bit... I had to absolute bash the tutorials.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it though. They're very interactive.
One of those things where it's because I'm used to pressing like R2 or RT or whatever it's called on Xbox, and it's like the L stick. You push that down to sprint.
Ooh,
I know
okay,
that
I
sound-
get you.
and it's just little tiny things getting used to, and then it's obviously you've got a much smaller goal and a much bigger goalkeeper, and it's just a lot of
There's
things you've got to get used to.
There's a mode on there where it's like it's not even. It's like so you play like an individual against 2 other people, but it's like 1v1v1. So you're in one ice hockey ring, and there's no goalkeeper. But there's a goalkeeper, but he's CPU, and then the 3 of us is 3 online people.
Yeah.
And it's the first to get how many goals in like 2 minutes, and it's no rules allowed. So when you're playing, you can like slide across the ice so they trip people off.
Speaking of rules, that's one of the things that also would take. It's taken me time to get used to learning like ice hockey off sides, and there's a term called icing. So that's if you hit the puck all the way up the field, that's not allowed.
So icing is like when the puck goes across the ice for too long, to the fact that it's like there's a lot of dead time, so it's supposed to restart the game kind of like all the round, and then so to get off quicker, so there's more action.
Yeah. So that is NHL 19. It's free on Xbox on Gold, and it is available for free until the 30th of this month. Another thing I just want to mention to you guys, okay, is, and we're not going to talk about this for too long, I just want to put this out there. Cyberpunk will not have a morality system, so you can kill whoever you like and get away with it.
Oh, perfect.
All right.
I was worried about that.
I just want to put that out there. Has anyone played Gears of War?
I did play it.
I attempted.
I played 1, 2, and 3, I think, yeah.
Okay, well, Gears of War 5 is coming out soon. And all the DLC maps will be free, and you won't be forced to buy the one that isn't a season pass.
Awesome.
Well, that's refreshing.
Wow.
Yeah. So
I think Gears of War is like one of these games where I played it by myself, but I never know what the co-op's like.
That's so sad.
For anyone-
that's the
I
issue.
only played a co-op.
For anybody who's confused about what a season pass is, it's basically you're paying, it's like maybe £20-30, and then they'll give you all the maps for free.
Basically,
But it's not for free.
Yeah, basically, like a season pass is just like a way for you to basically pre-purchase DLC that you don't know exists yet.
Yeah, so basically you're getting a goodie bag, really. Aren't
But you don't know if they're going to release that much DLC.
Yeah, but
Which
it
is
might
always
not
a
be
worry.
worth it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so no season pass, and DLC maps will be free, which I think it's refreshing.
That's
because
good.
the amount of times you're forced to purchase extras with games these days is ridiculous.
There's a lot of
and now you've
comments
got
in the chat room, by the way, if we would like to read some out.
What?
People asking if Davey is on commission
on commission.
for the mobile phones.
I was starting to think that.
And then also ask a DH9 Radio said, "This takes me back. Used to be a huge ice hockey fan."
Yeah, it's a really good game. Back on that game.
I mean, things all new this week. Last week I did mention about Toy Story 4.
Yes.
Well, I had the pleasure of going to see it on the first day it came out, because obviously I'm a big Toy Story fan.
Owen, I said this last week. I'll say it again. This will not go down nicely if this gets
Shut
spoiled
up,
for
basically.
me.
I'm not going to spoil
Yes.
it.
Was it good though?
It was.
Don't want to know any plot, but was it good?
Was it good?
Fabulous.
Okay, that's good enough, right? Shut up now.
brilliant.
Would you recommend everyone go see it?
I'm not allowed to say.
Did you go to? Where did you see it? Actually,
I saw it. We saw it at the View Gateshead.
Okay.
So best thing about
Oh,
the
that
View.
place is pretty cheap, isn't it?
Yeah. So the View is £5.75 everyone,
Okay.
all day, every day.
I was going to ask if you've seen it at the new cinema in Durham, because I've not been yet, and I really want to go.
Looks
it's
nice.
local.
Yeah.
If anybody's been to the new cinema, please tell us what that's like, because I'm going to go and see
Yeah.
Toy Story 4, but I just want to go. It's reclining seats, I've heard. And
Yeah, the only other place I've ever actually had reclining seats was when I was in America.
Yeah.
Cinema in Long Island had them, and it was amazing. I've
Yeah,
got to
was
say,
it?
I love them.
Was it worth the more money to go and see it?
Yes, I mean, I went to go see Sorry to Bother You there, which is a great film. Not going to get onto it right now because that's not what we're talking about. But yeah, and reclining seats were amazing, basically.
so this is a really upscale cinema, just Durham City, and it's Odeon, I believe, right?
They've been going for it for like, what, 2?
Yeah. So if anyone's
3 years.
unaware, I'm assuming everyone listening, lives around Durham, and if you don't, basically there's been a building site in Durham for about 5 years now.
Maybe a little
And-
less than that. But
Yeah. And what they've been doing is they've built a new Odeon cinema, and this thing looks amazing. Fold back
Yeah.
seats. I've heard you get like table service kind
If
of thing.
that's true, I'm going right now.
I don't know if that's true, but I've heard people mention that. That seems to be thrown about a lot.
But you not think that get on your nerves, someone plodding through while you're trying to watch a film?
No, not if you ask. It's all fine.
Really?
Davey, have you got any more amazing tech?
Well, I want to talk about Apple again this week, and I actually want to take Owen as my assistant today.
Ka-ching.
All right. Okay.
And I want him to play a very special sound effect whenever I say Apple.
I mean, I'd love to, Davey, but every time I go out and play another sound, it cuts off the other sound, which is also our bed.
Unfortunately for this part, we don't need that sound.
Do we? Yeah. So, do you want me to actually attempt?
Yes.
Are we?
Yeah.
Okay, so...
Right.
So I apologise to
I'll
everyone
load the
now. I
aux.
didn't know this was a thing, and if you get annoyed and switch off, don't blame you.
Fair enough. So, we're going to find the ka-ching sound effect. Okay, ready?
Right. So, Apple.
Apple.
Wow. Yeah, I don't...
Oh, yeah. Okay, so it's not working. Do you want to try that
Yeah,
again?
let's... Do we... Oh, wow. okay.
Apple.
Apple.
So, I want to hire better help.
I'm trying to.
I want to hire... What is going on here?
Can we just get on with the
You know
stuff?
what? We're going to have to leave it because my glamorous assistant is terrible.
How about your glamorous assistant isn't familiar with MacBooks? What about that one?
Right,
And he would like
Davey.
to help?
Okay,
Carry
we're going to
on.
have to go without the fun sound effect, which...
One, put the nice background
Grinds
music
my
on.
gears.
It's going to go back
Okay,
on.
so basically, okay, got some more Apple news, guys.
Yes, I'm
So-
curious.
So, the Apple have made their own version of the Alexa. So
Oh, yes. What's that called again?
it's called the HomePod.
The HomePod.
Sounds nice.
It sounds nice, I guess, but
It sounds like
So
a
no
glamorous
doubt you
iPod.
are now about to absolutely rain on its parade, as you so much like to do.
The whole
You know, if
pod.
people start thinking this show's like sponsored by Samsung to just demolish Apple, I understand why, because I'm starting to think that.
What phone do you use, by the way, Davey? Funnily enough.
no.
A
Samsung.
Samsung guy.
Right, so let's hear it. What's so bad about this? 'Cause-
It's not necessarily bad. It's more just like why.
Okay, go on.
So I'm gonna give you a sound effect put by myself.
Okay, you can do that. So Apple
Ka-ching.
have released the HomePod, and like the Alexa, it has its own assistant, which is Siri. Just from
Yeah,
your
so
phone.
they're still using Siri.
But the thing is, Siri has limited functionality.
Does Siri have the same functionality she does as on the phone?
No, she has limited functionality. You can ask her to play a song, and that's about it.
Really?
Yeah. Now, it has decent audio quality.
Uh-huh.
Decent.
Decent enough. I mean,
How are you defining decent? It's made by
it
Apple,
doesn't
so I
sound like.
hate it.
It doesn't sound like that. Okay.
Right.
I mean, it's not the worst
It's
quality. That's not
basically
even a
just
song.
like it's just like it sounds fine.
Right,
There's
okay.
nothing. There's nothing interesting to the sound quality.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, that's its key feature apparently was that it plays music for you on demand if
Okay.
you ask its assistant. Which, funnily enough, I've heard of lots of products that do that.
Right, carry on.
So yeah, basically, I was just gonna run down what you could get for the same price of the Apple HomePod.
How much is it?
It is £229 for
That's not the worst.
what is basically energy drink can.
So you're saying it's just a can?
An energy drink can.
It's just a can that plays music.
Basically, yes.
Right, okay. But it's made by Apple, so obviously it's...
Yeah. I mean,
It must be
you
bad.
okay? So for that, you can get 84 4-packs of Greg's sausage rolls. 84.
84.
All right.
You can get a Lego Star Wars destroyer that I found on a dodgy website.
Right, so
On a
it's
dodgy way.
Right, that's Davey. That's really not convincing.
Tickets to see Lewis Capaldi in Scarborough. I actually looked this up. I found the exact same price. Tickets to see Lewis Capaldi in Scarborough and stay the night in a hotel and come back for the exact same price, all inclusive.
All right, that's not bad. Okay, that's a good one. That's
Isn't
a
it?
good
That's
one. Yeah.
That was like the exact price. by
No,
the
no,
way,
so-
guys.
okay,
I saw
that's-
Lewis Capaldi. And
So
it's
if you want to
worth
actually
it.
book that, I'd say go ahead.
No, that one makes sense. Right, what else can you get?
760 Freddos, which is quite frankly depressing, remembering that it's 30p now.
Yeah.
You all remember when Freddo was such a young child, he used to cost 5p for a Freddo.
Back in the day.
And then decided,
back in the day.
Davey,
when
I
was
can
young.
see you've got quite a long list. What
Actually,
else?
I actually just have an alternative.
Right.
So basically, if you want to get the exact same thing as the Apple HomePod, you can get the Alexa Dot, which is the Alexa just without the screen, and that comes in at $39.99.
Yeah, I think to be honest, really, if you want a home assistant, you probably you are better off getting something like an Alexa.
Well, that's it really. Or the Google. What
No,
else?
I know. I always laugh at you because you rip apart Apple any chance you can. However, I've got to agree with you this time because, quite frankly, you are paying almost like triple. Is it triple? How much did you say they are?
$229.99.
All right, so like 6 times the price.
Yeah,
or
it's
whatever,
ridiculous.
Something.
It's like
But you're paying that for something that does less than £40, whatever you
Yeah,
said.
exactly.
at the end of the day, though,
Alexa can wake you up.
they're putting out these prices and expecting no one to go in at them. I mean, I got a message off EA the other day and it was like, oh yeah, if you put your subscription up to like, if you pay like £23 a month, you can get this stylus that's worth about £89.
Jesus.
A
what?
stylus. And we're
Stylus.
talking about a pen for an iPad.
I'll use my finger for free.
Yeah, I could have sworn that's how they advertised those things. They said, look, you don't need a stylus. But now they've changed their mind.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, what happened there? Yeah.
I'm sure that was like how
I'm
they
guessing-
Wasn't
first,
that like how
first
their
announced the
first selling
iPhone.
point?
Yeah.
So, but funnily enough, which makes me happy, is that the HomePod has had terrible sales apparently.
Why do you hate Apple so much?
Really?
I think the people want to know.
Yeah, the people do actually want to know, Davey.
You know what? It's like one of those.
I mean,
really
JLB said he would rather see Lewis Capaldi. And
I think most
DJ
of it-
Craze also said, R.I.P. iTunes. Have you heard the news about iTunes? So
No, please do tell us.
So decided to discontinue it.
Happy?
Yeah, so I think they're moving over to another music source.
Wait, they've discontinued
Yeah, they're gonna.
iTunes.
Yeah, they say the none of your music should be
Well, that's-
affected.
Yeah, that's funny
I
because
look forward to seeing that.
that's funny because the Apple HomePod only runs off iTunes.
Well, yeah, that's...
So off your iTunes library. So
Oh, dear.
what do they? I think they saw the bad
Hold on.
sales and they're like, you know what? Let's just do this. No one will notice.
Is that actually true?
Yeah.
No, but surely they'll update
No, but they
that.
announced it. They
I,
announced
I
it.
hope they'll update it.
Right, okay, let's be honest here. They're not just going to say, right, you've paid your £250, we've got rid of iTunes. That's it, it's worthless, get rid of it.
But this is actually a problem though still because you got to play stuff from your Apple Music library.
Well, there will be another
Surely
way,
that's,
though.
No, that's what I'm saying. That's the only way they allow you to play music through the HomePod.
I mean,
Like
surely that's a
anyway,
problem
so
with
like
Apple's
it's like
PR
so even
system.
when they changed that, you've still got to go through Apple when you're playing your music through it.
Yeah, I mean, that is a bit of a pain, but, you know, it's kind of what you get.
Surely-
Apple is a very only use Apple type company.
Yeah,
Do you know what I
equally,
mean?
Yeah, it is. I mean, you know, you talk about everyone's been asking the fans for like a USB 3.0 for like one of the chargers.
Yeah.
Not USB 3.0 because that'll be huge.
Yeah.
But like, you know what I mean? Like the standard wire they use on most phones, but no, they won't change. And yet, the PR system about the standard we mentioned last week, the reason everyone laughed in like the conference, not only because the price was ridiculous, it's the way they went on. So they could have easily said, oh yeah, so you can get this Apple Mac Pro whatever new computer
Yeah.
for about $6,000, but you can get it for $5,000 if you just don't bring like if you take off the normal monitor and put it like the
Yeah.
Pro stand. But no, they decided to say put them out in individuals. So they said, here's Apple Mac for $5,000. Here's the Pro stand for £999.
Oh my god!
But you know what? People will buy it.
No,
So-
there will be. There'll be like
You know,
people who collect
I
Apple
mean,
stuff.
you can laugh all you want, right? But if you're selling something at whatever price, it might be a stupid price, but if somebody's buying it,
I mean, they're the winners.
yeah, they're the winners.
I'll give them that. They're winning if people are buying it. It's
Which you can guarantee
depressing.
people
It's
will.
depressing, but
people
it's
will.
true.
It's like this loot box system. Talking about loot boxes, just mention EA had a kind of like a lawsuit.
Oh, yeah?
Now they had that lawsuit going on.
Yeah,
So
I heard about that.
they decided to say their loot box system was surprise mechanics.
Oh,
Yeah, I don't believe that for a second.
Yeah.
I call it gambling.
Really?
It's
Yeah.
essentially what it is, really.
Yes,
loot
it
boxes,
is.
isn't it?
Yes.
And who's paying for these loot boxes?
Little
If you've got like a
children.
13-year-old, right, who's paying for this, where's that money really coming from?
Yeah.
You
But
know,
that's
it could
the
be.
issue with all these big products, isn't it? You've got to kind of stop got to kind of stop the people who are buying them first before you can stop the company.
That's
'cause they'll just
actually
exploit them.
that's what I hate about games. Everything now is once you've bought it, you haven't bought everything. That's not it. It used to be you bought the game, you've got everything. There it is. Now it's you buy it 2 weeks later. There's an update. Oh, do you want to buy some more stuff? And it's just continuous.
Yeah, there's actually a lot of games on PC from Paradox Interactive. They make a lot of games where it's like war strategy simulators.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
map games, they're called. But it's like there's a game called Europa Universalis, which basically has £200 worth of DLC.
Wow.
And the game is practically unplayable without them.
Holy
I mean,
Yeah.
I can speak from experience. It's a bit rubbish, actually, without the DLC.
Yeah, and then you've got obviously these games that release for free, and you think, oh, I'll play that, and then
Yeah.
it's not really free.
No.
It's free up to a point, and then basically that's it, really, isn't
Yeah,
it?
Yeah.
So, as we're pushing on for time, I think
Yes.
I think I'd like to end the night. Well, we'll get back to Apple next week, probably.
Yeah,
But
They soon be popping out.
don't worry, there'll be something new to talk about.
yeah, I'm sure you'll find something, no matter what it is.
So, I would like to talk about one last thing tonight, because this is my personal favourite of the week, actually.
Yeah.
If Samsung release something you love,
No,
right?
I
okay.
have found the smart toilet.
Oh wow!
So,
The smart. So
Do tell.
so its official name is the Bianco Wall Hung Smart Toilet.
Right.
Ooh.
It has a heated seat.
Okay.
Like when sometimes the seat's like really cold on a winter's day.
Yeah,
Ooh,
yeah. No,
ooh.
I'm.
Yeah. Heated seat.
Yeah.
It's got a bidet inbuilt.
Interesting.
Right.
It's got a dryer.
Always helpful.
It's got adjustable nozzle for the bidet.
Yes.
Right.
It's got it's got water temperature control for the bidet.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's got an auto and manual nozzle cleaning options just in case you were worried. So it can automatically clean itself. Everything
That's
is
helpful.
controlled by an easy to use panel beside you. So it's actually good for disabled people as well.
Yeah, I suppose.
Yeah.
In the company's own words, they say it is the ultimate hygienic cleansing experience time after time.
Wow.
Well, you say this, but I'm
Unbelievable.
sure these type of toilets are quite popular in Japan.
I mean, they probably are. I mean, Japan kind of have like a different way of using toilets, don't they?
Japan? No. they
No,
just
no,
use
it
them.
was somewhere else.
No, it's
Vietnam one, no.
But yeah, in Japan they have toilets like that, and these toilets can like test your urine and stuff. It's all
It
really
keeps you
clever.
healthy, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just like to go to the toilet for me do's and don'ts. I
Yeah,
don't really go there. And
Mostly
think,
do's with you.
Yeah. So right.
So
Anyway,
finally, that
Uh-huh.
will set you back £549.
right, guys.
your
So
smart
if
toilet.
anybody wants to buy a brand new toilet which does all of that, then that's how much it'll cost you. So we have been DOA on
We have.
DH9
I'd
Radio.
just like to personally apologise. I feel like I've been a bit quiet this episode. It's mainly because I've been trying to concentrate on this hardware, but I just haven't been getting my hand
It's
around
just
it.
something we've all got to get used to. It's a little bit new to all of us. But yeah, like I say, we are DOA on DH9. We will be back here same time next week with Davey on the mixing desk.
there will be.
So we'll be
That'll be
swapping it
fun, me
around
getting
every
into that.
week.
Give me a second. I'm just going to try and sort out.
They say that'll be me next week.
Yeah.
That's going to be me.
So what we're going to do for you now is we are going to be playing Change Your Mind by the Midnight Drive.
Enjoy,
Players
guys.
out.
So thank you for listening to us, and goodbye.